I might kick a. I just got on my. Let me just say this. I got on my Wilson shit. Uh, all right.
Mm. Are we live up in here? Let me tag y'all good folks.
So while Veronica's doing that,
Uh-huh.
welcome, welcome to the what?
Welcome to the T to the E to the A. Uh. We are here. We are live on this Tuesday, good people. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tanky Tea of Life. I'm your host, Veronica. Back with you on this Tuesday.
Yeah.
Um, over here is my brother, Victor Dammit Boy White, back with us.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Great. Over to my left is Brother Fatine, all the way from WBLS radio station, New York.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What's up, fam?
We are in the building. Okay. Let me see what's going on. So, how's everybody doing? How was your weekend?
Listen,
All of that.
I let me go ahead and start this off first. See, first of all, I'm just gonna briefly touch on Wilson. Wilson High School, class of '99, the best class ever to do it. The purple and gold. I got my purple shorts on. I didn't get a chance with my class shirt, but I'm just letting everybody know it's all. We still painting the town purple and gold. I think the Lamar Swamp Cats, Pole Cats, or Alley Cats, is got the homecoming this week.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody who's a Lamar Pole Cat, hey man, happy homecoming to
Cat.
y'all. Something like that, ain't it? What Lamar is? It ain't Alley Cats. Same thing.
Yeah, foxes,
Same.
right?
Fox, cat, whatever. It's all about the same.
Yeah, it's also South Florence homecoming, right?
Ain't nobody a koala bear. What the a bear? Ain't nobody worrying about them damn sorry ass Bruins, man.
Why? Because they took y'all out.
Ain't
Bad.
nobody, but see, we ain't worrying about that though. See, y'all worrying about the wrong stuff. You know what I'm saying? What is a? I have never been to the zoo and said I want to see where the Bruins at. What is a Bruin? I don't know what a Bruin is. But when you go and you see a tiger, royal colors, purple is a royal, gold is royal colors.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
But they took y'all out though, huh?
Bro, that don't even count. If we don't play at Memorial Stadium, it don't even count, bro. So that's all I'm saying about that.
Okay, I got you. But if y'all would have won, it would have been like, yo, we put a foot somewhere. Got you.
Oh, okay. So that's how your weekend went
Oh yeah.
down.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Brother Fatine, how was yours?
Busy weekend, but I must say, I was this is interesting because I was busy Saturday, and I was like, let me get home to watch the women at the table.
Mm.
And I watched the whole show because I had groceries to take upstairs. I did not want to interrupt trying to take up the groceries and miss anything. I watched the whole podcast in my car. And I mean, I had the volume coming through my car speakers, and it was a very well done show.
Yes.
I gotta commend you, Sister Veronica, on the vision, but I gotta commend the women at the table. And y'all had conversation, and I like that. It's about conversation, and you had your opinions there. It's not a lot that I disagreed with, and I like the way you started the show talking about certain things, awareness month, breast cancer awareness month, domestic violence awareness month. But y'all had a conversation, and that's what's important. We need to converse with one another so that we can deal with some of the issues that we have with one another that we can get better with. So I commend you. I give you all ladies a bell, but give you kudos for your vision of not only Tangy Tea, but the branch out of what we've done on the men's show with Victor leading that. And then, of course, the kickoff of the women at the table. Great job.
Thank you, Fatine. Thank you so much. We did have a great time at the table. Once again, shout out to Patricia, Tasha, and also Karan because we had an amazing time sitting here at the table and just, like you said, just talking about, different things that needed to be, talked about amongst women. So,
Uh, what I'm gonna say is, I watched most of it because I was doing my homecoming things. I watched it on the way back, but it got spicy towards the end, and it seemed like y'all was in the same kind of like with us when people start getting comfortable. That's when everything started happening. And it was something I don't want to misquote anybody, but it started when Tasha was talking about something. I can't quite remember what she was saying, but she got real spicy. And I said, because I was texting you and Karan back and forth,
yeah.
and I probably was being a little too aggressive when I was
think?
telling y'all, what I thought. But to me, you know, I just feel like y'all did a damn good show.
Thank you.
For I don't know how well Patricia was in front of the camera before, but y'all did really well. I
Thank
must say. I must say.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We really appreciate it. We had a great time, all of us, and it's just like we just everything was just flowing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have to rehearse it.
Yeah.
Herman, excuse me, what was that look for?
So I got something I got to get off my chest, man. This
Oh.
thing been bothering me. So it ain't got nothing to do with nobody here. So I was at work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just cutting the food with this person I work with, this female I work with.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Oh, I wake up 30 minutes before I come to work." No, she said I wake up 30 minutes before I have to be to work. And I said, "Well, XYZ, you live a little further than me, and it take me 20 minutes to get to work." And I said, "I get up at 5, wash, then I leave to leave home and all this." And she was like, "Oh, I just come to work." And I'm like, "Bro, you a woman." Like, and immediately the first thing I thought about was John. Every single time he leave, he say, "Wash your ass." And it never dawned on me that grown people will go to work
Mm.
in the morning, especially females, around other people and not run a rag up their tail. Like, I'ma just say this, like this me. When I wake up in the morning, I wash before I go to bed. I wash. Sometimes I take 3 showers in a day. Like, bro, when I wake up in the morning, sometimes them nuts ain't fresh, man.
Mm.
And that's on the outside. How in the hell you don't take a shower? How can you be productive and dirty at the same time? As a woman, like, ain't y'all got to pull y'all pants down to use the bathroom?
Yes.
So she funking up the whole bathroom, man. Like, all these scenarios went through my head, and I was just like, "How do you do that? Like, not wash before you go to work?"
Did she elaborate or anything?
No, no, no. When she said it,
Right.
only thing I said was, "Don't tell nobody else that." And she was like, "What do you mean? Like what?" And I'm like, anyway. So I shared it with a few other people.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
She
I
might as
had
well
this
told all of them.
conversation, and they was like, try to shame me, like, "Oh man, you wash before you come to work. You're gonna get dirty anyway." And I'm like, "Bro, like, I can't believe."
I don't, it's interesting, and I really want to hear Veronica's take on it because she's the female. But I've seen women, because I've had conversation with some women that say they take a shower or bathe in the night and then take another one in the morning. Some women that say I'll shower in the night, and I don't shower in the morning. I mean, of course, as you get up in the morning, you use the bathroom or whatever, you hit a little rag and keep it rolling. But I don't see you have to do a whole full bath in the morning. No, I don't see that necessary all the time. Especially if you shower in the night. If I shower in the night, I don't necessarily have to shower in the morning. No, I mean,
I'm gonna wash. I wash the same vigorous at night than I do. Like, as soon as I get home, I got like a routine, and I wash. And if I leave the house and come back, I'm gonna take another shower. And then if I do something that night, I ain't washing shit. I'm gonna marinate that, but I'm gonna make sure I hit
Oh,
them
yeah.
nuts in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Veronica.
My God.
I mean, of course, if you're doing something, but I'm just saying, you going to bed by yourself in the night and getting up in the morning. I just don't see why, if you showered in the night and there's nothing major happening, why you have to go ahead and shower or in the morning.
To
That's
each
up
his
to you.
own, man.
Exactly, Veronica.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much with you, Fatine. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't see the point, but I'm definitely washing. But
Stinking niggas.
no. I'm
Mm-mm.
not saying that I'm not gonna wash because I'm going to wash. I'm gonna take my shower at night and then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna wash. But I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna take a full shower in the morning. But I'm definitely gonna take another shower that day. But gonna I'm not gonna say I've never gotten up and taken a shower, but it's very seldom that I would get up, take another shower after I took a shower that night before, and
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm definitely going to wash. I'm going to freshen up.
Exactly. I can see that. And that's what I can see a woman saying, I freshen up. That makes sense.
That ain't
Yeah.
fresh.
Yes, it is.
That ain't fresh.
Yes, it is.
I'm not
It's enough to
eating
come
no
to work.
half. No.
You ain't eating nothing. You going to work. But
And you
eating.
definitely not eating in the
Yeah,
mornings.
That's
So what's
exactly why
there?
people.
So-
I don't have morning sex because they ain't washed their tail yet.
But they never mind.
Oh, we said we wash. What do you mean?
Freshen up.
We didn't say to
Shower.
me, washing is still putting water and soap on a rag and washing. I'm not saying that we just get up and brush our teeth and go out the door.
Right.
We wash. What do you call it? A bird bath,
A
as
whole
they
bath.
say?
Whole bath. Whole bath.
Well, a whole bath or whatever.
bath,
But
bird
yeah,
bath.
a
Yes,
full
Miss Patricia,
shower.
I'm with you. Yeah.
What?
Yes, Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia says shower at night, shower in the morning. It makes you feel so much better.
It does.
Yeah. And if you look at
It does.
yeah, it makes you feel better. But they look at the statistics today. They say that, especially in America, we shower too much, meaning that, listen, I don't write the statistics.
Yeah.
I don't write the statistics. They say you don't need to shower every day. Now, again, we have our own personal opinion about that, but they do say that certain about that you wash some of the good bacteria off of your body at the end of the day. You know, women have good and bad bacteria down in their vaginal area. This is real.
Okay, so we
So-
talking about me. I don't have a vagina.
Yeah, that's fine. But they still say that you don't need to wash.
Who is that?
Again, I'm just telling you what health statistics come out with. I'm not the Bible on it. I don't follow that, but I'm just saying that that's what they say.
So
I can't believe
when it comes down to that's the thing. People quote statistics but don't follow them. So just because it's a statistic
Mhm.
doesn't mean it's a real statistic.
Well, that it depends. A lot of times we have our own opinion about things, but there are statistics out there that are legit through not only not about surveys, but just actual facts. So again, it's up to you to do whatever you choose to do at the end of the day.
Mhm.
I mean, you quoting the medical field, so that's why I was like, well, if you quoting that, then how do we know that that's like anything to do with statistics? We all know one thing about math. Math can be proven right, but when we start talking about statistics, there's so many different variables that come into play. You're supposed to have your independent variable and your I forgot all the damn things when it comes to that. But anyway, you're supposed to have a control. So you can't really do that when it comes to people because we all don't sweat the same
Exactly.
and we all don't have the same chemical makeup. So if you get anyway, I ain't getting into that. I know Veronica.
Well, no, that's a
got
good
letter.
point that you make because
Yeah.
you just said that everybody don't sweat alike. So if
Yeah.
some woman say to you in the morning, I mean, I shower, I bathed, I took a bath, I sat in the water, I not only bathed,
Yeah.
took a bath, then I got up and still showered on after the bath, got up, stood up, showered, and then went to bed. And then what Veronica said, just freshen up in the morning. I'm with that. I don't see no problem with that. I don't have no issue with that at the end of the day.
Right. Now going out the house without using anything, just waking up, maybe brushing your teeth and out the house. I'm not down with that.
But have you done
But
that when
I
you've been
am.
late before? Let's say I overslept and I gotta
Nah.
get out of here at 10 minutes.
Never.
Okay.
I always make sure.
I know a lot of
wash.
people have when they pressed against time and they have to make it somewhere. I'll wash my ass when I get back home, they say, and they go. And
Ain't
there's
nothing
a
that
lot of
pressing.
people have done. Some people, again, maybe you haven't done it, but there's a lot of people who have done it.
So I'm gonna say when I was in Afghanistan, I went 9.5 months without taking a shower.
Right. You mentioned that.
So we had to use baby wipes the entire day I was there.
Mhm.
Entire time I was there, we used baby wipes. There was no running water. I appreciate a warm
Yeah.
rag up my tail, man. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, we all do the warm rag up our
No, with water.
coming down
With
the
water
shower.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Well, I mean,
Audrey and Marie.
to each his own. I mean,
Yeah, Audrey and Marie said, "I'll be late," you
Yeah,
know,
I'll be late.
but Victor, you put out something last time, and you know how deep you want to go into it, but you put something out that about the baby wipes
Yeah.
as adults,
Mhm.
and I think that everybody as adults, you know, you should have baby wipes or those kind of wipes in your bathroom, as everything else that goes in the bathroom. A lot of us grew up just with the toilet tissue in the bathroom,
Ain't
but
enough.
yeah, it ain't enough at the end of the day, you know, especially if you got guests, not get somebody just visiting your house and they, you know, they got to use the bathroom, and you know what I'm saying.
So let me tell you this about my house.
Okay.
So my guest bathroom downstairs doesn't have the nice wipes, and they don't have the nice toilet paper because I really don't want you doing none of that in my house.
Oh,
So
I
you get
forgot.
the single ply Scott's toilet paper, and you get you get the regular soap and whatever, and a paper towel. Now upstairs, now if you can make it up there
Right,
to the King's Tavern,
right.
you got all that shit. Now my bathroom has just got shit everywhere, but at least you got a chance to wipe your butt with some good Charmin. You know what I'm saying, or some Cottonelle. You know what I'm saying, some of that good.
So a
Yeah,
plus
so you
stuff,
can,
get on in there.
Veronica, you can.
Yeah.
yeah, get up in there. Get up in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now my towels will scratch the shit out you. Now I ain't got no good towels. Now I
Lord.
ain't got no
Why do I feel like I just told all my business over the airwaves?
I mean, that's what we do. It's about time we got you to say you
That's
ain't
right.
wash your ass every.
Listen, let's be correct here. I didn't say I didn't wash. Okay, let's be correct.
Well, I know what I heard. I know what I'm going with.
Definitely washing. All right, so let me see.
The
Who
booty
else? Who
dust.
else bougie out here that saying they take a shower every
That's
morning?
not bougie. Like, gee, that is not bougie.
I promise you, everybody do not wake up and take a shower. If they take a good shower or a hot bath at night, they're not getting. What's going on with y'all body that y'all have to? You know your pH. What is it? pH balance can get off when
Balance, yeah.
when you wash like that so
Exactly.
often.
Especially
So-
women.
so let-
Especially women.
Let me say this. Why you got the car that you got, the little coupe? Why you got that?
Because I like it.
Okay,
mean?
that's why I wash because I
You
like
the
it.
water.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like to
that's-
wash.
I mean,
I like to wash.
I like to wash too, but I'm just
I
saying.
I really like to wash.
Well,
See, that's why I say men and women need to understand, because when Veronica just said about the pH balance, we don't have that issue.
Nope.
But I can sympathize with what Veronica says, because certain soap can throw a woman's pH balance off. Washing too much, because we talk about the good and the bad bacteria at the end of the day. So there is a science behind certain things at the end of the day. Can you wash too much? Yes. Can you drink too much
don't
water?
say
Yes, you
wash-
can.
You can't wash too much.
Yes, you
now.
can. Yes, you can.
No.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this:
Yes, you can.
in the summertime, I have to switch deodorants. Like
Okay.
I have to, because I work in the heat.
Mhm.
I work outside a lot, but I also have to use the Dove white soap because I used to like to try to use that Irish Springs and all that. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That deodorized soap, it got the shit, got Ivory or Dove white. That's it. That's the only thing that's good enough for my tail. Anything other than that.
And some men have a stronger body odor than others.
That's
I've been using, honestly, Secret deodorant, because I don't.
That's the
have
best. That's the one I go
don't.
to.
Yeah, I use that.
Oh, yeah.
I use women's. that's
Secret
considered
is the best.
That's what I use. Man.
Secret is the best
Mhm.
deodorant to use in the summertime.
Powder Fresh. Mhm.
Yep, I smell just like my grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Like baby powder.
oh man, Herman, you shower in the mornings?
Oh Lord.
Damn, I'm around a whole bunch of funky people.
Funk it. Funk it up.
See, I'm not in this. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
I can't throw. Now this is interesting. I can't put on cologne or oil, body oil, washing. I don't see how people just and walk
Yeah.
out the house. I can't do that. I'm not doing that to camouflage. I can't
Uh,
put on. I have to shower to put or bathe or do to put on any kind of fragrance.
About shea butter or black soap. I don't
That's-
like it.
That's all I use.
I can't. I can't.
Shea butter on my face especially,
Mhm.
and my body is definitely natural soaps, black soap, the
Okay.
peppermint soap. Like that's
Pepper-
all I use is the
Peppermint
natural.
soap make you tingle, don't it?
It made my butt
Not
like
that-
feel minty.
that's why you don't put it
I
down.
ain't like
You
that.
don't
I
put
don't
it
like
in
that.
I just wanna
those
see it.
areas.
I ain't like that.
No,
But
but
it's like somebody was blowing in my butt the whole time.
And when I say peppermint soap, a lot of people think it has a taste. If you
A
want soap,
taste.
yeah, wait, hold on. I'm going somewhere. This is a relationship show, so let me school some people on it. Some people did think that if you use peppermint soap, since it smells peppermint like it tastes, but it tastes like soap. But if you get Kama Sutra products like that mint soap, it tastes like mint. And there are men and women that take showers together that want to be romantic and kiss over their bodies and whatever. The Kama Sutra products, they got the body powder and all that stuff for men, women. Yo, just fellas, get some Kama Sutra products, lay it on your woman.
So
So-
one more thing, then you can do what you need to do. About them Kama Sutra products.
Yes, sir.
If you use the wrong Kama Sutra product and you run up in your woman, she gonna cuss you out.
That can happen. You got to be.
I'm
careful.
just,
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
saying.
Yeah, because it can irritate.
yeah,
It can irritate. You're right.
Yeast infections and
So yeah,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
so the best thing to do is just
All
run up in there, just run up in there.
since we having this talk, Veronica's gonna shut me down in a minute. Same thing with oral sex. Oral sex.
oh
You
my
get,
gosh.
yeah, bro, yo. Anytime that I felt that I was gonna do that, perform that, I goggle with Listerine because our mouth carries so much germs in there that what Veronica said about yeast infections or any kind of bacteria infection, that can cause that. These are the things that we have to talk about. Like we born to know these things. So anyway.
So I'm gonna tell you this
Mhm.
about that. After I finish giving her a tongue lashing,
Right.
she don't care about that damn yeast infection because I done licked all that out.
Oh, oh my
She better
god.
get up
The
and go.
fuck?
She better
I'm
get
good.
up. She better get up
You
and
see
go
this? I
pee.
tell you,
Yeah, she
it
better
grow-
not.
It grow white right here for a reason, boy. These all them dead, but when I stick my chin on it like that right there, and it just come down like that. Cause I don't pull back.
They after that they better get
I
up and
don't pull
pee
back.
and
I keep
wash.
I keep going. Oh,
Okay,
she
moving
don't get up.
along, moving along, moving along,
I'm
moving
pulling all
along.
that shit out.
So Patricia says
Mm.
baths can throw your pH balance off, not showers. The water is coming down in the shower. No, too much water, Patricia, on anything can throw your pH balance off. Whether you're in the shower, whether you're sitting down, but definitely in the bath. From what I read up on. Rachel says I can't use soap.
Mhm.
Some
women
people
can.
can't
Yep.
use soap. Some people can't use deodorant.
That's
So-
true. That's correct.
And if you read up on this particular doctor, she said that women shouldn't use soap down there.
Should
Yeah,
you?
She
what
said-
say?
baking
She
soda?
said that women should only use water, warm water, because like soaps can cause many different things like
Yeah.
yeast infections and stuff down there. That's why she said to always just use warm water. And
My
Well, if
daughter has
you
to
won't
use.
have all those problems. But I mean,
My daughter has to use
Oh man, you gonna put
Dove
it with
soap.
us? Oh,
no Dove soap. But see, I bought all those things for my daughters and wife. From the powders for the women, and I bought pads. They text me, "Daddy, I need pads." Blah blah blah. See, that's what I'm saying. Again, I think women need to hear that men know these things. It's not just a woman's thing. It's especially we got wives and girlfriends that we've been with for a while. Why can't my daughter's daddy? I need pads or whatever, and I made sure that I brought them those products that, as young ladies growing up, that they knew about. You understand? Because that's what it's about. So they can learn from both their moms and their pops, and they did.
mm.
all right, I can't stand John. Anywho, so before we get to the letter,
TFO.
someone reached out to me and they wanted me to ask this question to the panel and to the viewers that are watching. So she said that she met this guy over the weekend, right? Met him on Friday, and come Monday when she got back to work, he had some flowers delivered to her job, and she said that she automatically, um, what do you call it?
Blocked
She
him.
blocked him.
I would have too.
She said because she feel like that's a red flag,
That is a
and
big
he
red
was moving too fast. So she wanted me to, pose the question out here to ask, was she wrong for blocking the guy who she just met?
I guess I kind of speak on it. Yeah, that's a big safety thing. I don't. So for me to meet you Friday and get flowers delivered to you Monday from a guy who buys flowers, that's damn near impossible if I didn't already have this predetermined. Like I would almost have to buy the flowers as I met you in order for them to be delivered by Monday
Mm,
for any, like I said, for anybody who knows how to buy flowers. For me to know where you work at, for them to be delivered, like there's so many different things that, like I tell women, like anybody who's ever come into my life, like understand, like the chivalry ain't dead, but sometimes what's too good to be true is. That is a major red flag. This dude has been stalking you, in my opinion, and for him to you meeting him that Friday, in my opinion, that wasn't by chance. So yeah.
hmm.
For me, I think it depends on what the conversation was between them, because a lot of times when a man and a woman get together, a female or a person will indicate that they've had bad relationships, or they just broke up out of a bad relationship at the end of the day. I think that it can be a red flag, but it's not necessarily a red flag. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes we want to just show our appreciation to a person. And sometimes we just want to say, hey, I want to send a card. I want to now text something, or a meme or whatever. So for us, for flowers at the end of the day, it's a little much,
Mhm.
but it's also saying that I appreciated you. I appreciated you at the moment, and I was thinking about you, and I put a little effort into it. And I just think that we've gotten away from that nowadays. I know it's not kind of very soon, but you just have to watch that. But I don't always have to necessarily see something wrong with that.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like dating these days. Well, not really dating, but meeting people is just scary in itself, if you don't know anything about them.
Mhm.
So I don't know how I would have took that. First of all, I don't know. I don't even know if he would have known where I work. I don't know.
Facts.
Like I don't know if I
Facts.
want to tell someone as soon as I meet him where I work. But like you said, depends on the conversation, depends on if I had some drinks. It depends. So, but that's a little freaky, but then again, it's a little sweet.
Yeah.
So I don't know which way to go. It depends on the conversation that we had. If it was a good conversation, and it went well, then maybe.
We're taught to be gentlemen, from my era. From the music to how we move, we looked up to our older brothers and uncles and fathers, and it's just a gesture for us to do things nice. We supposed to treat women as queens. I can give flowers to a friend and it don't mean anything but say, hey, I appreciate you, thinking about you, or I had a good time with you this weekend, and it is what it is.
Mhm.
But so I just, from that, I like you said, it can be sweet. And I think we've gotten away from that, and we
Yeah.
only tend to do that when it's a relationship or you want something. Why can't you just say, hey, I was thinking about you, I appreciate you, and this is what it is.
So I want to, and I know exactly what you meant, but I want to make this clear on my end, and it's just a play on your words. You say you want to treat women as queens.
Yes, sir.
I don't. I treat queens as queens, and I
Okay.
treat women as women. But I know exactly.
I know,
I know
gotcha.
exactly what you mean
Hmm.
because every woman is not a queen.
That's correct.
But we should
I treat them with
get
respect.
with
Yeah,
respect. Yeah, and I like I said, it was just a play on words,
yeah.
and I know exactly what you where
But
you
I
was
like
coming
what you
from.
said, and
Yeah,
that makes sense,
yeah.
because we look at women, but everybody, just like every man ain't a king.
Yes,
So
you're
you're
that's a
right,
fact. That's a
yeah.
fact.
So sometimes you have to earn those things at the end of the day. So I see
I
what you're
agree.
saying.
I agree with it.
Mhm.
So I want to get to 3 points here.
Please do.
I see Miss Carol comment just came through, and she said she loved getting flowers.
Yeah.
I want to go back to something Tracy said.
Oh yeah.
She said sending flowers on a Monday is a red flag, but not having sex in the first night isn't. Having sex on the first night. And
So
then Miss Doretha says the same thing. Miss Doretha says, what's the difference in receiving flowers from someone after a date than them having sex on the first or second
Go
date?
ahead,
you,
knock it out the park.
so I mean you're right. But I've always said I won't allow the sex on the first nor the second date. I'm just not gonna let that happen. And if it comes up or she brings it up, I'm completely turned off by it because I'm one of these guys that feel like, ain't really nothing too special about me. But for you to try to give it up to me that early, you do that to everybody.
Mm.
Make me feel special. Make me feel like I at least earn the right to enter your body versus you just wanting to give it to me because I don't want shit you giving out. I ain't want to take it, but I want to feel like I earned it. And then after that, I'm just, whatever after that. But yeah.
I mean, you said what ifs. I can do what ifs
Yeah.
all night. It just depends on the person. Sometimes the vibe is there. You
It
just
is.
don't know. Like me and Veronica said, you don't know what has happened in the past. You don't know if it's been 6 months, year and a half since you had, you know what I'm saying? And y'all just been talking and communicating. You got around each other. We adults, man. We are consenting adults. Depending on what you're looking for out of the person. And like I said, I went through this and spent 32 years with that person. And it happened on our first date that night,
So
and
how did y'all talking on the phone and you saying that's the first night?
that was the first night. It was New Year's Eve, and wind up staying at the house and drinking a little. At that time,
So that was the first time y'all met.
no, wasn't the first time.
Well, then that was the
met.
first date.
No, I mean the first date where we had a date and we stayed over and boom.
Who was that? Wasn't it?
Oh.
It was either you. It was somebody that said there's two dates.
There is.
There's two dates. There's the date that
You meet them.
you know it's the date. Somebody said it's the date that you think that it first started, and
Uh-huh.
the real date. I can't remember. It was somebody who was
Wasn't
on the podcast that's
But I mean, that does make sense because it's like
there's two dates.
you start talking on the phone. That's how that
Yes.
I considered that as starting the conversation,
Yeah.
and that's when we first met.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
we started the conversation on the phone, and it depends. Like a month go by, 2 months go by, and then we finally meet face to face.
You
That's the
already know.
first date.
Yeah.
See, to me, that's not. But like it says, I can't remember. It was. I wish somebody would tell me, but they told me it's two. Is I can't remember who said it, but it's two dates.
Jacqueline Gatson writes for sure. Know your worth, be worth the wait. And I know y'all talked about your knowing your worth on the show this past week. We all know our worth. Um, but the question is this again. You have to do what makes you happy.
Facts.
This is not the 50s and the 60s and the 70s.
They didn't
and
wait
the
back then
80s.
either. Now
Yeah, no, they didn't. But there was kind of a more of an etiquette in the air.
you right.
You don't
You're
have
right.
that etiquette in the air. So a lot of men looking at women, again, some men will look at it and say, "Oh, they gave up the goods quick."
Mhm.
But a lot of us are not judging. We're judging a lot more now
Mhm.
because we know women now back then they tend to hold back because it wasn't ladylike. Nowadays, we don't judge by all that because we understand that people really they're honest about their feelings. They're not holding back because we supposed to hold back. We do these things because we choose to do them. So at the end of the day, that it's not about it's your worth. Fine, I got it. But I don't think we're judging. A lot of men is not just judging. I like what Victor said. Victor, you bring a lot of old school fashion to the conversation here. I wouldn't have thought it in the beginning, but when we joke around, but as you speak about it, and I can't knock you, man. I can't knock you on that.
I mean, and to be honest with you, having a good time. If I honestly just wanted to go out here and just screw around, maybe I could, but that is not something that I want to do. And because it to me, it just seems like too much of a headache, and it's just too much fun. I don't have that kind of patience nor that kind of attention to show that many people to spread myself thin. So I don't like doing shit like that. I like going to Walmart with whoever I'm in Walmart with peacefully.
Mhm.
let me just say this here, and I don't mean to throw the fraternity and some of the sorority. And again, because you're in a fraternity sorority, don't mean you lose people. I'm not saying that. But when I was single and how a lot of us younger folks move, we move like that. We spread ourselves thin. The problem I had, especially where I got on my brothers, the men, is that you disrespected women. You talked about them after it, or you didn't uh, communicate with them after. You just was totally disrespectful. And I don't like to see that. For me, when I was single and I dated different women and some I was intimate with, I treated them the way they deserve to be treated. You understand what I'm saying? I just didn't treat them like a piece of meat or whatever at the end of the day. And some of these females are friends with me today. And this has been 30, 40 years now. So again, you know your character, know your worth. It's how you treat people and how they treat themselves.
Bro, you don't think you've been a part of somebody's group chat? Because I know I done
I
been the subject
swear.
of a few group chats.
I mean,
You
I
talk
just
about
I
them
don't
group
like to hear.
chats.
I don't like to hear, and rightfully so for the women that call men dogs, and I understand that. For me, I watch some men perform, even family members, and they perform like dogs. Their behavior was like dogs. I never liked to
Dogs are
be
loyal,
called,
bro.
but I don't like to be called a
What?
dog because I looked at the doggish behavior some men did.
Ready, Ron.
So if I didn't want to be called a dog, I shouldn't treat a woman in that manner.
I feel you. I feel you.
All right. Um, well, let's get on to this letter.
Okay.
All right.
You right,
So,
John.
oh, John, go to bed.
And wash.
Oh, my boy John definitely gonna wash his ass.
He said
We know
he
that.
said he don't take showers in the mornings.
What? I know it. I know he did not say that.
Yes, he did. He
Oh hell, let me go ahead while you reading. I'm gonna go back and find this.
pay attention to the letter.
Nah.
All right. So it says, "Dear Tangy T, I get so lonely at times because I feel empty without my ex. Hmm. You know the saying, to get over someone is to get under another person.
Ding ding ding.
That was my logic when I left my ex a year ago. I tried it and it didn't work. I actually felt disgusted afterwards. Since then, I met this really great man who really cares for me and I see potential in him to be a long-time boyfriend. But not only am I afraid of him, of hurting him. No, wait a minute. Let me go back. I met this really great man who really cares for me, and I see potential in him to be a longtime boyfriend. But not only am I afraid of him hurting me, I'm afraid of hurting him. Being raised in a single household, I didn't know how to love or let anyone love me until I got with my ex. He made me a better person and he introduced me to love. I'm back to being afraid all over again. I still have past hurt and trauma caused by him, but I now have this man that wants to love me, and I don't know how to let him. I don't want to go back through the pain and hurt. When we have sex, I sometimes just lay there and think about my ex. I'm so afraid of hurting this man's feelings. Even if I try to move on into a relationship with him, I don't think I could because I'm not sure what I want. What I am sure about is that this is a good man that I may be letting slip away. I'm so confused. Sign lonely.
You gonna take
See,
that?
this
I mean, you go first.
I mean, this is exactly why this hurt people hurt people. This is how hurt people hurt people. If you're not over, I don't know. This letter kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I mean, if just pump your brakes a little, pump your brakes. If you know you're not over your ex, then why get this man? And I get it, things happen. You get to talking to people and you conversating, and you know, good times happen. But Victor, go ahead.
Continue. You go ahead first.
All right. So today is what is called World Mental Health Day. Today is World Mental Health Day. And at the end of the day, we should know and take some time to observe ourselves. And if we can't observe ourselves, I'm not going to say sit down in front of a psychiatrist. I don't want to get Victor going, but you need to know your trauma. You need to know if you're over it. when you started this letter, and I'm gonna be a little transparent. I put out a reel this week, and it was on my, my past wife who passed.
Mhm.
And I've mentioned on the show that we split, but we still communicated. And when I put this reel out the other night, I was feeling something inside. I was missing something.
Mhm.
And I realized that I'm yearning for something
Mm.
because I said in the caption, sometimes you only once in a lifetime meet that love.
Mhm.
So I put that there. I realize I'm missing something. So I'm not ready for a deep relationship. I'm not. But I also conscious that if I'm talking to someone, I don't want to put pressure on them because I'm not ready for it. So to say that to this young lady, what you just said, if you're not ready and you realize that even though he's a good man, and she's torn because you don't want to lose a good man because it's hard to meet a good man, but mentally, psychologically, she's not really ready to give herself to another man because she still is grieving her ex. And that's the problem. So, sister, just to give you the best advice right now, I hate this is not my final thought, but you have to know yourself and you have to trust yourself. If you can't hold on to him if you're still holding on to the past. You gotta kind of let go of the past. You can remember, you can reminisce, but you can't. If you're gonna move forward, you got to be ready to move forward.
Mhm.
Um. So why did they break up?
She didn't say. Evidently, he took her through hell.
So that's that's the thing. I don't want to harp on anyone's hurt because we've all been through hurt.
Mhm.
I have never lost an current um dating partner, through death, so I can't speak on that. But I have never thought about another woman while I was with somebody else.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, I might have been laying in the bed and, you know, with all the lights off and thought about an ex, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that I was actively in a relationship and did that. I think that's, to me, that defeats the purpose. But everybody's different. I don't see how you are yearning for somebody who don't want you,
Mhm.
because if I wanted you, you wouldn't be where you are. We wouldn't be split up. You got a good guy. You say he's a good guy, but you're treating him exactly how you were treated. So I don't see, you pretty much morphed into somebody who you don't want to be. So why are you even playing with this man if the other man played with you too? So I feel like she's being real selfish.
I got a question for you. So, is she not with her ex because he treated her bad, or they just broke up?
Oh, she said that. Let me go back. She said she still have past hurt and trauma caused by him, by
Oh,
the
okay.
ex.
So yeah, so I do agree with you, Victor, that if she has that past hurt, she's not gotten over that trauma. You can't move forward with a
Nah.
new person because you're scared and you're
Mhm.
fearful, and it's understandable. But honestly, you're gonna wind up hurting yourself, and you're gonna wind up hurting this brother as well because this guy he's into you, and if he falls in love with you and you're not ready, then it causes major problems, and you wind up damaging two situations, yourself and him.
I, how do you have sex with somebody who's laying there?
Oh,
I,
right. Like,
I don't, I like.
mm,
Don't start me.
I'm just saying, like, I've had some bad sex, but I can honestly say, like, if it's too bad, I'll get up
mhm.
hard, wee wee and all, and put my shit on. But I'm telling you, like, I don't see how I could be pumping my ass off and you just laying there. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, like, there's some caves out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, there's some caves out there. If I slide in there after about two, three, four pumps, I'm like, I'm out.
So,
Ain't nothing I can do with this.
so Victor, close your ears, Veronica. I give the year. I give my the 1986. How do I know? New York Mets are playing World Series, right? An older woman takes me to a hotel.
Yeah.
I'm figuring she gonna lay something on me. She's experienced whatever. She lays there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pumping, and she's laying there. I stopped to watch Lenny Dykstra hit a home run. I swear to God, I'm still in it, but I stopped. Right. Then what you just said. So now I'm not getting really nothing out of this. So now, as you said, I have to think of something else to stimulate me to hit this spot so I can get up and leave. You understand what I'm saying? Or we both leaving together. But at the end of the day, now I'm thinking about somebody else or some other circumstance. Right at the end of the day. But it's right. When you get somebody that lays there, it takes away. It takes away from it till either you get up, you think of something else, or you stop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
I mean,
for somebody to just lay there,
Lay there.
what is going on? For me to just be laying there.
No, I'll lay there. I don't mind laying there.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
in
lay
that
there.
case, but
I
if
don't
I'm just laying there and a man is on top, like, what are you doing for me just to be laying here?
Yeah. And I've seen women lay there. I've seen women
I'm trying
just
to
lay
figure
there.
out.
I've seen women lay there because they're not into it or whatever. But I'm just saying that just bad sex with a person is just not aggressive at all. Wow.
I tell you, I had something like that happen to me one time, like you said, and I was in California and I met this girl. You gonna think I'm lying when I say her name. Her name was Latifah. That was her name, and she was from a real bad neighborhood. I don't know if that was Compton or whatever the fuck it was, but it was bad over there. And I went over there, and I met her at this race. But anyway, I go into a crib. They got the bars on the window, all that other, this was like 2000 I was in Cali.
Mhm.
And I had that motherfucking leg. I had one leg up in the air, and I got about 5-6 strokes in, and we catch eyes, and she looking at me just like this. I was like,
Well, how was she looking?
just like that. I was like, you know what? I'm out. I'm hot.
I know that look, Vic. I know that look like, yo, what the hell? I might as well stop.
I said, man, I'm hot.
I'm
out.
Wait.
I'm out.
Ain't nothing I can do.
Listen, I'm out. I'm out. I said, bro, listen, I'm 20 years, like, bro, I'm 20. You know what I'm saying? I had the 6 going. You know what I'm saying? I'm strong. You know what I'm saying? I know my shit work. I know what I can do. And that motherfucker gave me that look. Bro, if I thought I could whip everybody ass that was in that front yard, I'd have punch her square in her shit, boy. I was like, man, let me get the fuck out.
I tell you, boy, that's an ego buster right there.
And she had the little paw prints on her leg. I'll never forget. She had like 7 paw prints on her legs and shit. I was like, man, that motherfucker hit me with that damn look. I said, man,
they know you.
And it was like a 3.5 hour ride back to base. I was stationed in 29 Palms, and she lived in LA, so I had to go down to 10 all the way back. To 5 all the way back. I was like, man, this is shit, boy.
Wow. It happens, man.
It happened, man. That motherfucker hit me with that look.
Like, was it a look like, what are you doing?
I don't know what. I don't know.
You're not.
When we caught eyes, and it was like,
like, really?
Yeah, I was like, damn, that motherfucker gave me a complex about myself for a little while. I was like, damn. I said, maybe I ain't fucking hitting on nothing.
Yeah, I tell you, or you fall into something, and I fell into something one time. I said, what?
Oh, that happens.
I fell into
like
something.
that.
I was like, what? Wide open. Woof. I said, where's the walls? What the hell?
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you. I'll tell you this. One more.
Go ahead.
One more. But I redeemed myself. I had this mug and I was going in. And I looked down and I could see a gap in that mug. I said, you know what? But luckily it collapsed on itself. It collapsed on itself.
Yo, I'm telling you.
What?
These are
See, the
the
further you get, the
Oh my
the
gosh.
tighter it get. But going into it, that motherfucker look like.
hello, 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 hello,
You damn right.
hello.
Damn
Echo,
right.
echo, boy. Lord have mercy. And women know this. I've seen women, I've heard women say, yo, I gotta tighten up myself. I gotta take a bath with some vinegar or whatever. They
Whatever
know
y'all get
that
them
they know it
keyboard exercises or
sometimes.
something.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna tell you right now. And then y'all be so slick.
Don't say y'all.
No, it's y'all. Let me tell you
Don't
this.
put me in this
Y'all be
conversation.
so slick on how y'all meet check. Like, I didn't know shit. You be on a date or whatever, you be talking, and she get up, I'll be right back. And she just put her hand right here to get up. Man, I know you meet checking, man. If you want to meet check, just ask me and I'll send you a picture. You know what I'm saying? Of some meat. And I'll let you be, you know what I'm saying? You'll give me your opinion whether you want to do it or not. You know what I'm saying? I send meat mail. You ain't never got no meat mail? You don't know what meat mail is?
She trying to Veronica trying to keep a straight face and she couldn't do
My
it.
homeboy from my job, he was like, man, you got to send him some meat mail every now and then. You know, you be random, you be at the job or whatever. I might be in the
Don't
bathroom
be
or
sending
something
no
ever,
meat
and I
milk.
might shake it and hit the thighs a couple times and send it to you. You know what I'm saying? That's some meat meal. That's some meat meal.
Yeah, you can blow that picture up too. That still may not be your real meat.
I mean, if I'm sending you, listen, if I'm sending you meat meal like that, like ain't nobody blowing no pictures up. Ain't nobody blowing no pictures up. But if I'm sending you meat mail, you probably already done seen it. So I mean, I'm just like,
Oh,
hey, you know what I'm saying? I might hold a Lysol can next to it to show you how small it really is.
oh my gosh. Oh my
Somebody asked, how did we get on this
What?
conversation?
I'm trying to figure out as well. Who
Patricia Baker said, how did we get
Patricia,
on this?
like
Yeah.
I wish you was here to help me because I mean I'm trying to figure out.
I'm telling you, man. Oh, but anyway, we just talking about like we just talking about basically with the lady, like she got treated bad. Like, what you want us to say? You treating a good dude wrong.
Exactly. Because you're not over and we got to have some self-discipline about our own self. I get it because you meet a good guy, you want to try to move on, but you mentally are not able to move on, sis. You're just not mentally able to move on. And again, I know Victor sometimes don't want to relive that trauma, but you may need to get through this hump. And if you can't do it by yourself, you may need some professional help.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
and that's
agree.
the thing
I
because
agree.
now you got this guy who made seem like you got a good one that really, like you or whatever. And here you having sex with dude and you thinking about your ex and you're not really you can't be feeling this guy. I
So
mean,
how do you how do you have sex with somebody thinking about somebody else? Like, I will say this. I can't say never, but I do go other places, but I'm still with the same person. I've like if I'm having sex and I close my eyes, I'm having sex with this person, but we might not be in my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? We might be, at Dodger Stadium or some shit in front of everybody. Like, I can relive all those, exhibitionist fantasies in my mind versus actually doing it. But to have sex with somebody and think about somebody else, that's to
But
me,
is she
that's crazy.
thinking about that person, or she thinking about the person that hurt her and saying, by me letting this person in, that I'm gonna set myself up to be hurt again? That's where I'm thinking. That's where her thoughts are. What am I doing? Am I going to relive this? Am I going to put myself in another vulnerable situation? That way, that's what I'm saying. She's just not ready to move on. Now, if her ex, that's the best way I can do it because I can't see her thinking about her ex unless this man ain't bringing it to the table and she's saying, I'm thinking about my ex because he really knocked it out the wall and
Yeah.
this brother ain't doing it. I don't know, but I'm looking at it from the point of her trauma that she was hurt and she's scared. She said that she's scared of being hurt again.
Yeah.
Sister, you're not
she's
ready,
hurting him.
and you exactly.
And John says this lady's probably got a history of mistreating men. Like, she's doing the new guy, and the ex is actually her karma. So
Mm.
I want to say this, and I'm not knocking anybody who writes a letter, but when we're telling a story about how we were treated, that's just one side of it. You know what I'm saying? Understand that I haven't been the good guy. If I tell a story and I learn now to tell it exactly how it is, because there's always going to be two sides,
Mhm.
well, three sides to the story. But s- I can't say only reason I'm saying women is because that's the only women I date. Women, stop being fucking victims. You are not the good person all the time. I can't say this about guys because I don't date men. So, but what I'm saying with the women that I've dated, I've heard what they said about me, and I'm like, I could debunk this, but what's the point? Like, I got the receipts, but if and it's no knock against anybody, but if Frank come over here and say, "Man, I heard such and such was talking about you," I'm like, Frank, who the fuck are you for me to prove it to you what she said?
Mhm.
But if it's a group of people, then I'm like, okay, here y'all go. You read it for yourself. But not to say that I've all like I always say, as long as you're speaking the truth, I ain't nothing I can really say.
I think transparency, something I said to Veronica, and I applauded her on this when she talked about your past relationship and you talked about the hurt that you experienced, but you also talked about things that you analyzed that you wasn't happy that you did, and you're talking about growth. Because remember, we can't change the other person, but we can change our situation. And the reason why I'm a little bit more transparent, you guys know a little bit more than I may say personally, but I can't lie to myself. So I know I wasn't perfect in the relationship or the relationship, but you can look and say what you've done wrong and be admitted. You understand what I'm saying? Because that makes you, hopefully, it makes you better.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it makes you better to realize, hey, I don't want to make that mistake again,
Right.
or or make that bad decision again.
Yeah. Um, Lisa says she needs to heal herself before jumping into a relationship. Past hurt can cause chaos in new relationships. Take care of the mental first. Um, I had a moment of clarity today. I told this person I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I won't say this person's name. But I text somebody today and I said, I text them and I was like, thank you for being there at my lowest point in my life. And they was like, what are you talking about? Like, you always playing. I'm like, you take what I'm saying as me playing because I'm laughing with you, but I'm dead fucking serious. Like, I don't think people think, I think a lot of people think I play a lot, but I don't. Like, I be dead serious when I'm speaking. Like, I might try to take the serious undertone off by throwing something slick in there, but a lot of, like, 95% of the time I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? And that person took it like what the conversation that we was having. Now, I wasn't trying to end myself or no shit like that, but I was like at my lowest point and I was dealing with a lot of things through this person because at one time they didn't know who I was. They knew me, but they didn't know me. You know what I'm saying? So as I was pouring out into them, they just thought I was just talking. So in a sense, I realized what was happening, and I said, "Well, you know what? I can get all this off my chest, and this person really think that I'm bullshitting."
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I use that, and when I thanked that person today, they was just like, "Well, I thought you was just playing." I ain't it's like, you know.
But you know what, Victor, and I pause for that because you're right. We mask, like, again, I'm not saying you masked it because you was talking, but because of your personality, some people don't know when you're joking or whatever, and you was being honest and pouring your heart out,
Yeah,
and they didn't know. A lot of times we mask our pain.
we got
And
to.
a young lady reached out after I put this reel out the other day because she knew both of us. And she said, Fatine, are you okay? And I said, I'm okay, but I'm not okay. I said, I laugh a lot, but I'm masking a lot of pain.
That's true. That's
And
facts.
we mask pain. And that's why, and I think you said this, Veronica, and I think we all agree at the end of the day, a lot of us that give advice, like they sit up here and see us give advice and don't realize that we have trauma or issues that we have to deal with as well.
Mhm.
So I mask, I laugh, I joke, I stay busy, or whatever. But the other night when I did that reel, I sat up on the bed and I didn't boohoo cry, but tears came down because I realized at times I'm not happy.
Mhm.
What I mean is I'm feeling a void. I'm masking the pain. So a lot of people don't know that I'm hurting. Sometimes I'll lash out. Sometimes I'll look back at our shows and say, you know what, Fatine? that's coming from pain that you really are masking and you're trying to protect.
Yeah.
So we got to be honest with ourselves.
Mhm.
Being open in front of cameras, it feel like me and you taking over. Veronica ain't saying nothing, but being in front of the camera, I think by doing this each and every week, like you said, like there has been times that I really felt like, the waterworks was coming,
Mm,
but I know that I can't do that because we set ourselves up each and every week because
mhm,
I don't think people realize we don't know what they probably do. We don't know what these letters about. And a lot of times I feel the same way with Veronica when it comes to this cheating shit. All I'm saying is sometimes I do understand it. I don't agree with it. But from somebody who has been cheated on, you know what I'm saying? Even though I did the cheating first, it
mhm.
don't feel good. So it does take me to a place that I don't let myself go that far down that rabbit hole. But sometimes I do scratch the surface, sometimes that bring up old emotions from a relationship, depending on what we talking about.
Mm.
So why don't y'all just let it out and cry? I mean,
That's not gonna solve anything.
but that's good ratings.
Well, I haven't been pushed on this show to cry, but I will say this about you, Veronica. I will say this today. I watched a um a country Wayne skit, and in the skit, the husband
Mm.
got cheated on by the wife, and he was so hurt, right? He was
Mhm.
so hurt, and the wife is sorry. She's very sorry about this, but he is not giving her no inch, at the end of the day. And it made me think of you and then think about our conversations. And I know how I go sometimes. And I thought about it and I said, Fatine, learn from that, because at the end of the day, people have their own experiences, and when they have their own experiences, even though what you're trying to say, you have to be a little bit more compassionate about it at the end of the day, because everything is just not just like I compare Spock and Captain Kirk and those that are not Trekkie. Spock is logical. He doesn't deal with emotion, but we are emotional creatures. So
Mhm.
you learn from that, and you sometimes have to be a little bit more compassionate. Even if you explaining your point of view, you still got to be compassionate on how other people feel.
Correct.
That's a fact.
So, I appreciate that because half of the time when I be talking, like I feel like you guys be against me, but deep down inside, I know you guys really understand where I be coming from, and
Mhm.
y'all know that I'm the right. I be right.
No, that's not. That is definitely
not,
not
not quite
what
right,
we
but you,
saying.
you're in the ballpark.
That's definitely not what we saying.
You're in the ballpark, but you ain't hit a home run with that one.
I sent you a question, but I'll go ahead and go ahead.
I was going to read a question from Miss Carol, but
Me too. But go
oh,
ahead. Go ahead.
okay. So, Carol asked the question. She says, "What are y'all's take on a couple who is married but for reasons have decided to separate but live in the same home?"
So, Miss Carol, I can't accurately speak on that. I've never been married, so for I can't fathom living with someone but be separate
Mm.
and not be together. So that's about the extent of my take on that.
Mm. I mean, that's kind of open end question. You got to be a reason. I can see people doing that. It's hard to do that, but there may be some reasons why you do that. Kids, we say you don't supposed to stay together just because of the kids, but you never know what kind of effect it might have on the children if you are out of the home and separated physically. So there could be kids, it could be an illness that person that you cannot continue in a relationship, but you still love, remember, loving a person and respecting a person, but can't move forward in a relationship. Those things happen. So there's reasons why you just got to be strong, and there got to be certain ground rules set. How do you go about? Do you date other people? How do you move about that? And if I was in that
Right.
situation and we were in the same household, I would totally give that my significant other, even though she's not my significant other no more, I would give her that total respect, because at the end of the day, there has to be a reason why we're in that house together. It has to be a reason.
Finances.
It could be finances. Now, if it's finances, then you got to work towards that goal of eventually moving on. But that might keep you there in the beginning. And if that's the case, then there got to be some kind of boundaries there and respect there to coexist.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I could do it.
Mhm.
That's a little much
It is.
because we're separated for a reason. Like,
Mhm.
or wait, she said divorce, right?
No, she didn't say divorce.
Separated.
She said separated, but
Uh,
live in the same house.
Yeah, I mean, either we're gonna make it work or we gonna go our separate ways. I mean, what are we doing here? That's, I mean,
If my
are we
situation,
trying to wait to see if something's gonna happen, or are we gonna,
I mean, if you separated,
get back together? Like,
I mean, if you separated, like, what do we like? The only way I can see that, and like I said, I can't speak on that. If
mhm.
finan if we can't afford that, but if we can't afford not to be together, then we probably shouldn't be splitting up,
I
in
went
my opinion.
right. I went through something similar to this, similar. And if it didn't become slightly toxic, I was there. I might have not have been emotionally, when I said emotionally there, but I was there and willing to be there. But in the back of my head, I said, because I say that men have needs. I also say women have needs. And how I was saying that if I'm not touching you and I know you want to scratch that itch, how do you go about doing that? And us men always want to throw out our chests at the end of the day, and we feel that we got to do that. I have to give y'all women the same thing. You always want to do that. So
Fuck
it's,
that.
yeah, I got you. I hear you and I hear you, but there are certain circumstances where, again, it's not easy. Agree with you, Veronica, and I agree with you, Victor. But I went through where there was something. I still love the person, but the emotional part of that what was it? I'm in love, but I what is it? I'm in love, or I love you, but I'm not in love with you, and something like that.
Mhm.
Those things do happen, and sometimes you are under the same roof for a certain amount of time. And if it's not toxic and you respect one another, it can coexist for a while.
So I want to ask you this. This question was posed to me, and I still have not answered it yet. If you was with a beautiful woman, when I'm telling you beautiful, I'm talking about beautiful woman, and she had a plethora of money. You also had access to this money, but she kept cheating on you. Would you stay with her? When I'm saying, when I'm talking about
Mm,
the epitome of beautiful, whatever your idea of beautiful is, she's got a plethora of money and you got access to it,
mhm,
but she just can't be faithful.
no, no.
I mean, why would you let money?
But
Money is the root of all
see,
evil. Like, why
see
would
that
you?
the part is that you focusing on the money, but there's more than one aspect to this. I said she's the epitome of what a man, what he sees as beauty.
Yeah,
She has money
right.
and you have access to the money. So that's three things right there. I still can't answer that question.
I say no, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I say no, because that is all material situation.
Facts.
For me, I need some spiritual and emotional
Nourishment.
nurturing. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? So if I don't feel like you have my best interest or some of my interest there, it doesn't matter. The money may keep you there a little longer. The beauty may keep you there a tad bit longer,
Right.
but I need something to help stimulate me and motivate me and inspire me. And I want to be loved just the same way I love you at the end of the day. So I couldn't stay.
There you go.
Might as well.
But see, let's be clear. He's never said that he would be in one. He just said he understood it. I think, and that's the thing I noticed, and this is where we always gonna play back and forth with each other. Pause.
Yeah, correct that.
I had to say I
Correct.
don't like the pause shit, but that shit was going, it was going wrong.
It definitely was. That hit the wall quick.
um, understand, like, they don't listen to what you be saying. And this is a real key that they don't listen to you when you saying like you get the open relationship, you understand it. I'm not saying you are for it or against it, but I'm just like I get what you be saying when you talking about the open relationship. It does have its benefits. I don't want to be in one, but I see the plus. Of course, I know the minuses, but I do see the plus.
So Patricia says money doesn't make everyone happy. That's the truth. Mr. Sammy, hey Mr. Sammy. Mr. Sammy says same people will do almost anything for money, and that's exactly right. Like,
Please read what Tim says,
Mm-hmm.
because that's everybody had what Tim's saying. Most people will not agree to,
oh gosh,
but
hey,
it's a fact.
hey Tim. Tim says Victor White, I'm Stan. I can be bought. We're having an open relationship, and I'm playing PlayStation all day. I'm cool.
Everybody has a price. I don't care what you say. Everybody has a price. Some people prices are different than others. Some people have a nominal value. Some people have a materialistic value. Some people have a love or sexual thing that keeps them there. You got to understand. Everybody can be bought. Every single person on this earth can be bought. You just don't know what your price is yet until it's been presented to you. Realize that.
Well, all I'm saying, and I guess speaking from experience, I've been with someone that had money, like, and I said this before, like I've been with someone where I didn't have to work, I didn't want need for nothing,
Mhm.
but was I happy? That's the thing. I'm not staying somewhere where I'm not happy. I don't care how much money you have.
Mhm.
I'm not staying in a relationship where I'm miserable. Great provider,
Mhm.
but that's all you was a great provider.
Mhm.
I have to be satisfied in other ways as well. So I mean, to each his own, because some women, that's all they go for is men with money. But I have to be happy. I have to be
So
happy.
let's switch that. Let's switch that for a minute because it made me think, and I respect what. There's no change in that. What about people that do have money? I was just thinking about, but you said the person had money. What happens if you have the money? For instance, I was just thinking, if I had the money, would I keep the person that you understand? And I realized that a lot of people with money, they tend to step out and cheat, but they still keep that other person
They
around
got to.
because there's something that's keeping that person around,
They got
even
to.
though they're playing around other ways.
Yeah.
There's something that keeps them still grounded with that person. So even though you got the money, why do you keep that person around?
Because that was, in my opinion. So looking at where I came from and where I'm at now, coming up, my I'm not shitting on nobody, but my dating pool had to change
Mhm.
because I can't do this and still be over here with this because in order for me to keep this, I can't be here
Mhm.
because what y'all doing here, and I'm not saying one is higher than the other, but I just can't be over here anymore. Um, when you have disposable income and this other person knows that, if you quit working and my income is still there, I got you. So I can always keep you because, in a sense, you're going in. It's just my opinion. You're going to keep me happy to keep your comfort. So there's a trade off right there. So no matter what I do, how I do, you're going to say, oh, I trust you. You don't really trust me.
Mm-mm.
You don't. I mean, when somebody say, oh, I trust you. No, you don't. You just hope that I ain't going out there doing some dumb shit. But at the end of the day, you still, when I'm asleep, you probably still gonna smell my penis to see what it smell like. You still gonna check my phone. You still gonna see, this, that, and the other. I mean, it happens. It happens.
Who's smelling penis?
It's a lot of women out there smell penis.
Yeah, look at me.
You talking about women in their 40s and 50s and 60s? I hope not.
And 70s. They smell penis. I walk in the door and shit, and you talking about, oh, you talking, let me give you some head. No, motherfucker, no, you really? You want some out in the streets, Peter Bird in your mouth? I know what you doing, but I ain't been nowhere.
I seen the older couple. I can't name who they are, but I seen the older couple
Okay.
where the man said to the woman, "Let me check your vaginal area," and they were in their 50s.
I'm telling you, it's more Peter checking the older you get than the young people. The young people don't know what other people, other whatever smell like. Let me tell you something. By the time you been with somebody for a while, you know what that bird smell like. So when that bird come back in the house and that bird smell like something else, what you gonna do? Oh, it's some damn furniture moving in this motherfucker, ain't it?
Well, I'm not smelling bird for one.
Mm,
I love the way she said
mm.
that. I love it.
You
But
might not
I keep,
smell
yeah.
bird, but you'll smell some underwear. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
But why is it that this toxicity exists so much? Why d- why don't we want peace in a relationship? Don't we want love? Don't we want
Yes.
comfort? Why do we tend to be with people?
That we got to be smelling penises.
Yeah, and why does it got to be
Bird.
so toxic at the end of the day? And that's even though Victor says that, and that's here. There's still the other lower extremes. Why do we get together and then I watch people out and I see somebody say, oh, go over there, and I watch how they talk to their significant other, and I was like, what has caused us to lose that love or respect for that person? At the end of the day, why do we do that? Why do we remain in toxic relationships, and why are there so many toxic
It's the
relationships?
it's the other one. It's the other person. That's why.
What? What other person?
Because to be honest
Are you
with
talking about
you,
women?
no, it's
Oh.
the other person. Like I haven't got over the hurt and pain that's happened 30 something years ago when I was cheated on for the first time when I was in the 8th grade. Fuck that motherfucker. So I don't trust nobody.
You still have hurt from 30 years ago? Then you definitely need to sit on somebody's
I
couch.
don't need to sit on nobody's couch. Like for me to sit here and say honestly and look a woman in the face and say I trust you. No, I don't.
I mean, let me take that back. Trauma, like coming from when you was a child and you got molested, or you got raped or something like that. That's understandable. I mean, I get that you still most likely holding on to that trauma in
I
your
was
life.
never molested.
No, not you,
I
but
get
I'm
what you're saying.
yeah, but I'm just saying, if somebody cheated on you, say in junior high school, and you still holding on to that, and you are judging that person to everybody that you come in contact with in 2023, you need to go talk to someone.
No, that's your opinion. So who's your first boyfriend?
I don't even remember.
Don't even see. That's a lie. You know your first girlfriend
Wait, I'm trying
was?
to think. I don't remember my
See,
first
and that's
boyfriend.
that don't even for the camera. You remember
No,
the first person who broke your
no,
heart, 15?
honest.
You remember the first person who broke your heart? So do I. So how don't you know that? Hey Herm, you remember your first girl? You remember the first
I
woman that ever broke your heart? So so who really needs to sit on somebody's couch?
Why? No, because that means I'm not holding on to no past relationship.
So that means you don't take no heartbreak seriously or no love
That's
seriously that was in
that's
the past.
definitely not true.
So you don't remember the first person to ever break your heart.
That really broke my heart. That really, I'm not talking about I'm dating somebody in elementary school and they broke my heart.
Whoever broke your heart first?
Okay, you got to tell me. Are you talking about first? Can mean
Whoever broke your heart first? You making it.
if we're talking about elementary school, bump who broke my heart in elementary
That's
school.
not what I said, Veronica. You, whoever broke your heart first.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that broke my first. Yeah.
You know, so you was loving a lot of people, and they all
No,
broke
I'm just saying I know a lot of people that broke my heart, but first, okay.
your first heartbreak. You don't remember your first heartbreak. I remember mine.
Yeah, okay.
I
Now,
saw that
okay.
motherfucker
High
down
school.
Saturday.
High
So
school, yeah.
Okay.
That was like that was like
heart.
but that was like my real first relationship.
Okay.
So
And you
yeah,
remember who that
yeah,
was?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course.
Okay. And how did that make you feel? You probably could still conjure up them feelings if you wanted to.
Hell no.
I'm
Excuse,
not saying
excuse me, but no.
what I'm saying, but I say conjure up the feelings. Like, how do you felt? Like the it's closing in. You can't breathe. Like you mad, but you can't do nothing. You don't know what to do. You crying for whatever reason. Like there's a lot of shit that happened during that first heartbreak that I never wanted to experience again.
No, you don't. And see, what happens is you ever been angry? Follow me on this. You ever been really angry with a person? Really? And then as time goes on,
Mm-hmm.
you may never let that person back in your life, but that anger is not as intense as it once was. So come to a relationship where you have had trauma. I've had trauma. I was cheated on
Yeah.
and it hurt. And I took 3.5 years off to date. I thought I was over it, but I wasn't, because you know what? Because I said in the back of my head, I will never ever
Sorry.
trust a woman. I said I will
Yes.
never ever trust a woman, but I didn't have that pain that I had 3.5 years prior. But once I got in that relationship with my past wife, and she made me trust her through her actions, my trust got even better
Mm-hmm.
till I said to myself, it was therapeutic. That relationship, see, that's what I'm saying. That relationship was therapeutic for me
Yes.
because it put a lot of the trauma that I experienced in the past out the window. At the end of the day, I didn't experience some of those things, and it showed that you can find a good person.
Facts.
Sometimes we are not out of the trauma, it's just not as intense as when you first experience it, but you gotta know where you're at. And sometimes you still don't know where you're at. Even when you get in a relationship, I traded off. I was getting older. I wanted children. I was looking to settle down, and I at that time that was the right person. And I'm so glad that we met.
Big facts, John.
I'm not going all the way back to high school and
You see, you see, and that's the thing. Y'all don't listen.
I
That's
listen.
not what I was saying. What I'm saying is, I remember my first heartbreak. I remember being cheated on the very first time. I know how that feels. I know how it what I did to dealt with it. That's it. Y'all try. Oh,
But
you ain't
no,
healed from that.
no, because you said that you still don't trust
I don't.
because of that reason, your first heartbreak.
Yeah. Why would I?
So you mean to tell me that you haven't been in any more relationships where you could like trust that person?
100% trust somebody? Hell no. No. That's just like I like dogs, but they got teeth. I also know dogs bite.
So, Veronica, it makes you say that women, because if you take certain scenarios that we talk about on here that we disagree on as male and females, I'll always say that some women tend to deal with pain better than
Way
us
better.
men.
Way better.
We don't deal with certain kind of pain that happens. Maybe it's a man's thing, or and I know I was watching the clip. You was like, you get tired of that man's thing, but there is between the gender that certain things that we go through, that y'all go through, we could not tolerate.
We couldn't do
We
it.
could we couldn't tolerate it.
No.
Y'all tolerate more
Yes.
that deals with trauma and pain
Mhm.
better, or y'all mask it better than
Yes.
us men.
Facts. Facts.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, we do hurt. Like,
Oh,
Oh,
I do.
I agree. I
We
agree.
do,
You
we
probably
do.
Yeah.
But y'all can seem to be able to handle it
Yeah.
better than we.
10-4.
yeah,
Y'all trust.
definitely.
And Fatima always said, we talk about half glass, half full. When a couple show a long time ago, you said, you'll trust that person till they give you a reason for you not to trust them.
Correct.
And I said, I don't trust nobody, but you have to earn that trust. So we're both
Mhm.
talking about the same thing. We're just going about it different.
Right.
I'm coming from the bottom up, and you're coming from the top down.
Gotcha.
Mm. I did I say tonight that I can't stand John?
But John, what John is saying is like I 100% agree with everything that John is saying.
Even Mecca back in third grade broke my heart, took my booty hole brown crayon and gave it to this other little boy.
But see, all right, so get this now. understand what
Okay.
he's saying, and this is the same thing like what I'm talking about. There are things like that that happen. He might be playing, but at that time, he could have felt some type of way. Like you can't just not just say, "Oh, that was the third grade. You shouldn't worry about that." Okay, but what about the little girl that was touched in the second grade in the bathroom? Oh, that was second grade. You shouldn't worry about that.
Mm,
But what about the little black kid that was made to sit in the corner while all the little white kids were sitting over here? Wait a minute, and forced the same grade. See, that's the thing. We want to laugh off this shit here, but when people really went through some real shit
no.
in element, go ahead.
Rewind the tape. Did you not hear me say that? Like, I'm not talking about the ones that been molested are the ones that been raped or going through things that you just described. I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about hurt, you thinking you got a little boyfriend or girlfriend in first or second grade and they hurt your feelings. You still holding on to that?
But how can you sit here and discredit how somebody really feel though?
No, I'm just saying that's apples to oranges
No,
that
it's
you're trying to
not. It's this
compare. That's
no.
apples to oranges.
How somebody makes me feel, and in the first and second grade, why would that change the older I get? Because understand that's just like a baby. Understand the analogy. That's like a baby snake. When a snake is a baby, they are the most dangerous because they give you their all at one time. But the older they get, they know how to give you that venom and still have some venom left over. So you got to realize as a child, when you're young, you go into every situation head fucking first. You go into it giving you your crayons. I'm giving you my slice of pizza, my apple sticks. I'm giving you my chocolate milk because I like your little ugly ass. But I understand when I get older, I cannot give you everything that I find that I have valuable. I have to piece it off and give it to you until you earn that. That's why when I see things like this, I'm not saying he's being serious or not, but kid and child love that these kids don't know how to deal with this trauma. That's why they shoot up schools. That's why they go out here and be domestic violence people because they don't know how to pretty much process everything that they done dealt with as a little child.
And I think, I mean, oh, okay. So we're going this deep. Okay, let's
I
go
mean, it's
deep.
the truth.
It is the truth, but we weren't talking about deep spaces like you're trying to take it. We
Yeah,
was just talking about regular little boyfriend, girlfriend that broke your heart back in the day.
but it's not
But it,
regular. But see, you as a female, the little boys wanted you. That's the you got to think. You in elementary
the little
school,
boys still want me.
and they and you know what? I bet they do. But
Little boy.
But when we was boys coming up, all we did was compete for women's attention. Y'all didn't do that. All y'all did was sit there and watch us play football, tetherball, baseball, basketball, and we was constantly competing with each other to see who's the best, to try to get y'all attention just to hold y'all hand.
I gotta say something. I gotta say something. I was not gonna interject but I gotta go to John. Now, John, correct me because I'm gonna change a word you wrote because I think you made not again. I don't want to use the word make a mistake, but I think when you wrote honestly, men get cheated on just as much as women. He wrote honestly, men get cheated on just as much as men. I think he meant as women.
Yeah.
It's just women cry about it more than us
Facts.
dudes.
Facts.
Hold on. Now, interesting. He said that. Now, this is why me and you talk about we can go out and do things because we're not as emotional as women. Are we not as emotional as women? Maybe we don't want to identify with our emotion because what you just said, John, is real. We do get cheated on as much as or women get cheated or how you say honestly men get cheated on as much as women. When we get cheated on and we get hurt, we sometimes we don't want to deal with that pain. So what do? Instead of us crying about it,
Drink.
we drink, we go and when I use the word abuse, not beaten up, but we be abusive to women to sleep with different women.
Facts.
So
Facts.
we deal with our emotion differently because we don't want to feel that pain. But as you said, women cry. I have to say, that might be good for them because they are letting that pain out. What we're doing is hiding our pain
Most
and
definitely.
and redirecting that pain to other areas, like you said,
Exactly.
drink or that. So that's why I'm
Or
saying
to other women.
exactly.
Yeah, that's
Other the women,
facts.
ring that bell. And that's why I have to reevaluate that a lot of men are as emotional as women. It's just that we redirect that because we don't like the way it feels. We don't identify with it, and we don't, like I said, we just don't get it away from us, and we mask it and we do things to hurt others, including ourselves.
So what you're saying is 1,000% right. So John, so this is I can't pull it up because my phone is acting. Well, anyway, John and Patricia. So Patricia says, "See, women cry, men hold it in. That's one reason why heart attacks and are higher in men. Men, you don't know how to hold everything. You don't have to hold everything inside. So that don't even sound right. But that's her opinion. And then John, this is what John says, and I agree with him. I'll hold it. Ain't no way I'll vent to a woman. I'm not going to either, and she know about it. Because, like I say, y'all make shit weird. You can't vent. How do I vent to the person that's causing me to vent? And then when I vent to someone out here, or let's say another woman, she ain't want to hear that shit, especially if she romantically interested in me. She gonna give me some shitty ass advice. What person is gonna vent and give you some sound advice if they trying to get with you?
They'll give you sound advice because what they're trying to do is lure you in. They're bait. That's
Exactly.
bait. That's
Good.
bait.
What I'm saying,
Bait.
when I say good sound advice,
Mhm.
and so good advice, and I get it. Good advice could be good advice, but if I want to make this work, are you going to give me some good advice to make it work, or are you gonna give me some good advice to leave? Like,
I wouldn't stay in something that I'm not happy in.
Yeah, because what happens
That's
is
what they're gonna be saying.
Mhm.
Like Vatine said, they're gonna be trying to lure you in
Yeah.
closer to them.
Mhm.
Like I don't see anybody that's giving you straight up advice if they're interested in you and hoping that your relationship fails.
Yeah, but see, what happens is when they start to feel confident that they are better, that they are better for you, they'll give you that straight up advice because by giving that advice, they are trying to appeal that look, I can now not only give you advice, but I'm showing you that maybe you made a bad choice, and
Mhm.
I'm standing right here for you without saying that. They say it in their actions instead of their words.
thanks.
Tim says, Veronica,
Uh-oh.
when you say "look," you discredit the situation. These little fast tail girls hurt us. We need hugs and sympathy too. And Tim, I said it before. Yes, men are human. I even said this on the women's panel the other day. Men have feelings as well. And we as women have to recognize that. And I think I, I apologize if I said the wrong words.
We talking about. I'm
I
talking about
know
elementary
you.
school now. That's what we
I
talking
know.
about.
Okay. Yes, you guys have feelings, and maybe some of you are. Which camera I'm at? Maybe some of you are still having you lingering on to something from elementary school. Maybe you should reach out to that little female.
But you see, right now, you patronizing us by doing that. That you can't that is the most sarcastic apology I've heard tonight. That is shitty. That shit, like, understand, like, you don't get it.
I really don't.
So then
You
say
know
you
what? I
don't.
don't. I said it before. I don't understand how you can be judging all the females that you're meeting in 2023 from females that you met in 1989 elementary school.
Because
For some of us,
perception becomes our reality.
Facts.
And when it becomes our reality, it gets etched in stone. It gets etched in stone. So even years and years and years it happened, it becomes part of our reality.
yeah, I do know elementary school. Y'all not even
You
thinking
don't know.
like
You see, that's
who's really thinking about loving
you
someone
don't. That's the
like
problem.
loving like
So
this
you're
is who I'm going to be with for the rest of my life
yes,
in kindergarten.
yes.
Not kindergarten, but
Not
by you
kindergarten,
fourth and
but
fifth
yeah,
grade,
you damn
my
right.
my friends were sexually active in fifth grade.
I don't know about sexually. I
My
went
boys
to
were
the
sexually
seventh,
active in fifth
seventh.
grade.
Well, I mean, let's throw sex
Well,
out
you
of the
know
window
what?
right now.
Yeah,
Under-
please.
Wait,
'Cause
wait, wait,
I don't
wait.
want to hear that.
So what you're saying is, with that logic, you saying in 2023, whatever happened in 2022 and behind, you should throw that shit away. With that same
No, no, no,
logic.
no, no,
No,
no.
no, no.
I
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, no,
yeah.
no. I'm talking about something that happened to you in elementary school when it comes to a little girl dating wise. Not nothing
difference?
that's gonna, that's
What's the difference?
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe
No,
I'm
it's not.
maybe I'm the only one thinking this way. I don't know.
You
But I'm not me. Let me say that. Me. I could care less who I dated in first grade.
read what Goddess Toshiba wrote, please. What's that?
So, what's the difference in like a young man, a young boy growing up in a household that never saw marriage? He don't understand that. So when he grow up, he don't understand marriage.
That's different.
That is not.
To me, that's different. I'm talking about a little. Do you love me? I love you. Do you love me? Circle yes or circle no.
You.
I'm talking about those kind of things.
you
I'm
are
not
down-
talking about what y'all talking about. I'm not talking about
You-
being raised up in a single household and you're not understanding how. Okay.
You are down.
I'm not going to win this battle, but okay.
It's not about winning
It's
the
not
battle.
winning
It's
the
about-
battle. It's
Yeah,
about
clearly,
understanding.
clearly it
No,
is. I'm not a male, so I don't understand where y'all.
But it happens to
coming
it
from.
happens to girls too. It happened to females as
Right,
well.
Patricia. That's exactly what I just said. Yes or no? Do you love me?
Why is it all about win? Why do you have to win? It's not about winning.
It's not about winning. I'm just saying I'm not going to understand where y'all coming from because I'm not a male. I'm
Okay.
just telling you from where I'm coming from as a female. I'm not holding on to a relationship that I've been in second grade.
We're
This
not.
boy hurt my feelings. I'm not getting ready to not get to know this man just because of this young boy in second grade hurt my feelings. No, it's a grown man I'm dealing with, not a 6-year-old or however old you is in second grade. This a grown man I'm trying to get with. And you think I'm getting ready to put in a mind of a 6-year-old compared to a 40-something-year-old man?
Yeah, but what happens is if a pattern is established in the fourth grade.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
y'all
let me
getting
finish.
real deep.
Wait. If a pattern is if your little fourth grade boyfriend cheats on you, and and then in the high school you get the same thing, and then you get married and you get the same thing. This is a pattern here, and when you look at this pattern that is set, you're right, Veronica. You're right. You're looking back at, you use the word second grade, so I'm not going to twist your words. You're not looking back at that because you're thinking that it's not that deep. But some people look back at those moments. We remember things in pictures, and we remember things in moments that hurt us. And when they hurt us, they still stay in our subconscious. And sometimes our subconscious dictates sometimes things that we do.
Why?
I-
Why? But no, I'm not saying why
Because
to
they-
that.
because-
I'm not saying why to that.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, why are y'all digging so deep into this? Wait, how did we even get so deep into this? Like, seriously, we was
Wait a
talking about
minute.
you saying that you don't trust now because of a little girl, and I actually thought you was joking. But
See, and that's-
see, now y'all trying to dig in
Wait a minute.
real
I just got
deep,
finished telling
deep.
you.
No, I'm talking about when you first said it. I thought you was joking.
I just got finished telling you that I had a conversation with somebody about the same shit. That y'all think I be playing, but I be dead ass serious.
Well, I'm sorry.
I guess you didn't hear that part.
No,
too.
I heard that. And I apologize if I wasn't compassionate about what you were saying, that you got hurt back in elementary school and you still toting it with you in
See-
2023.
See what I mean?
No, I'm serious.
no.
I'm not trying to be
With,
I'm
with,
not
with
trying to.
that apology, just know I'm coming back for you. Because that was a shitty ass apology
How-
you just gave.
How was that shitty?
That was fucked up.
How was that shitty? I'm honest. I'm being straight up with you right now. I say I apologize. If you took it the wrong way, like I didn't think
You apologize for somebody hurting my feelings in elementary school going
you
into
still-
2020. Just
and
say
you
you
still and
it
you
has
still
nothing-
holding it in 2023. Yeah, I apologize. So I mean, if you want to bring that to me, then that's fine. But
Exactly,
I
Kim. That
didn't-
apology was funny as hell, wasn't it?
well, take it how you wanna.
You right. But go ahead.
Now we getting sensitive. Really?
Who said I wasn't?
let's move off of this
See,
because
no, it's not moving
no,
off. I
please.
Feel good, Veronica ain't popping up on me tonight.
I mean, because
I have said pretty much, basically, poured out everything today on this podcast. And now you saying I'm being sensitive. And I keep saying, like, a lot of times I'm telling you, like, I'm really not like that. What you think I am. And just to get played on that like that, come on, G. But it is what it is. Exactly. And Patricia said it too. I mean,
I really don't
that
care
was
who.
shady.
I really don't care who said it at this point. I said what I said,
I
and
understand.
I said I apologize.
With Shay. I appreciate it.
Just saying. I don't even know how we got on here. I mean, we talking about something in elementary school that I thought was actually a joke. I didn't know that you was serious, that you really toting around a hurt from elementary school. That's all I'm saying. I didn't know that.
Okay.
So for all of you that's coming at me in the comments, I thought he was joking. Where the camera at? I thought he was joking. So I mean, beat me up for that. Like none of y'all always take what Victor say seriously. Like really, come on, miss me with that. Anywho, so final thoughts on this letter.
Ma'am, do whatever it is you want to do. That's all I got to say.
Sister, like I said, you know, you got to think of yourself, and you're thinking that because of the past.
Here we go.
Because
Not you,
you,
15. Go ahead.
because you've been hurt in the past, you're judging now your present that can affect your future. So you have to at least deal with being able to move forward and not be affected by the past. You may not forget it, but you got to be able to move forward without being affected, because if you are affected, you affect yourself and you affect those that you come in contact with. So you're not ready yet. Don't hurt this brother like that. You know, unless you can really have a conversation with him, but that not having a conversation with him is not going to help you. You got to help yourself. So that at the end of the day, you can't move forward with this brother now because you are still stuck in the past.
First of all, thank you for writing your email letter. And I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I always say that hurt people. So if you're not over this ex of yours, like I said, just slow it down, pump your brakes a little, and take time to find yourself. And then you can move on and start loving someone else, because clearly you're getting ready to hurt this guy, this new guy that's in your life that's trying to love you. And you're actually you're gonna make this worse, and you're gonna make him actually hate you for taking him down this road when you know that you wasn't ready to go down this road with him. So take your time, sis, and find yourself first. Clearly you're moving too fast. You're not over your ex at all. So take time and find yourself first. All right. Thank you so much for your email letter. I hope we helped you. I hope you find that peace and understanding that you need before you move on to this next relationship. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching Tangy of Life. We appreciate each and every one of you. Brother Fatine, all the way from WBLS radio station, New York. Thank you. My brother Victor, damn it, boy White. Thank you so much. And thank all of you out there. If you would like to be a guest on the show, tangyteaoflife@gmail.com. And if you have a topic suggestion, tangyteaoflife@gmail.com. We'll check y'all out, God willing, next Tuesday. Enjoy one another. Love up on one another. Have a great rest of your week. Until next time. Bye.
Buenas noches.